Lie yet, dog.
You gotta
Lie
watch
now.
Halo, man. All you be seeing is the goddamn clock and
Three,
just
two,
start
one.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
oh
be
yeah,
paying
you
on
gotta
pictures.
watch
I know. I'm
Phil.
gonna figure out how to
You
hide
be
that
saying
shit.
some real wild. You be saying the wildest shit, man.
I ain't gonna catch y'all on no too wild, nothing too
Thank
wild,
God,
man.
thank God we the same way on camera as we is in person.
True
'cause
that.
He get us a
Exactly.
lot. He
Exactly.
didn't get us a lot because he get us often.
Hey, all right, hey,
Gotta
spell
be-
fat.
Huh?
Spell fat.
PHAT?
Spell her.
Her?
No, spell fat. Like how you really spell fat. How you
fat,
spell fat?
FAT?
Spell her.
HER?
Now, what is that together?
Father?
I will see if you was on your toes. That's all.
Yeah. Fat, like it's like a fat her.
No, I thought you were gonna say fat her.
Yeah, fat her.
I probably said it wrong too. I probably still say put it together. I should have said say it together. It still said put it together. I don't know. I fucked up the joke. All right. I messed it up.
Hey.
We waiting on you guys to tap in. We are live right now. Get on here and tap in so we know y'all here. Give us some thumbs up and some love. Let us know you're here. And if you're here, definitely subscribe. Don't hit that subscribe button or whatever. And follow us and all that on Facebook. You know, show us some love. Show some love.
Let everybody know we here.
Let them know we here. You know what I'm saying?
We don't do nothing else.
Oops. Let me turn my phone down.
Yeah, turn that down. Tap in.
I know, right? What's up? Everybody on vacation. Everybody had a happy New Year's. I hope everybody had a good
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Before we get in, we about to go get started. Shout out real quick. Happy birthday to our girl Nick.
Hey Nick, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Nick, and also happy birthday to my man Lance. You know, he had a birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Lance.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta show some love, whatever. Especially before I get in, before we get started or whatever, man. Want to show some love. So I hope y'all tapping in. Who we got in so far? Oh, we got Veg in the house.
Veg, watch out there.
Veg.
I know how we are all low key matching today.
Huh? He said we matching today. I know. I didn't realize that.
I didn't pay attention. She said,
man, y'all ain't tell me nothing. I got blue shirts, fool.
You ain't got no blue. Hold on. Hey, hold on, fat boy. You ain't got no blue Chief shirt, nigga.
Hey, no.
I got a blue Royal shirt.
See.
He said he can't see to the heart. Stop playing with him.
Yeah, you Chief season right now.
It's football season, baby. Y'all can't play with me.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we also live on Facebook, you guys. So actually, hit us up on Facebook as well. Actually, you probably have to look on my page, which is Fuel Steven. Yeah, go to Fuel Steven, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can see me on Facebook Live as well. I got a blue card. Does that count? Yeah, indeed. That counts. Yeah. You in there. You in there. Y'all ready, man?
Let's go.
We got a great show coming up, man. All right, man. Let's get it. Where's my thing at so I can get it started so we can get this bad boy started. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
No.
I can't play it.
-1.
-2.
-3. -4.
1 Mississippi.
I'm gonna get people to come in. I'm gonna just do look like I could just do a countdown, man. All right, man. That was our intro for today.
All right.
Oh, that's what we doing today?
That's what we doing today, dog.
What you done over there, Fuel?
I don't know. I had a mishap or something. I think one of the videos got clipped out or something.
Man,
anyway,
we got to fire the IT department.
I know, right? Anyway, man, welcome to Fired Up Broadcasting. This is your boy Fuel in the house, and we
got in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We here, y'all.
Black Lift here. Let's go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got a great show for you guys today. Man, we want to just jump right into it.
Jump on in there now.
Jump on in there. All right, man. Before I get in, hey, Veg said that was weak. I know, right? That was the weakest.
That was horrible. I ain't gonna even lie. I don't know what the hell Fuel just did with that intro, y'all.
Wait till you see the outro.
Not it. And that is not the energy of this show. And that is not what we trying to portray to our audience. I don't know what Fuel was doing over there. Me and Black Lift is not in agreement. Whatever he did right there.
I am not in the IT department.
You know what?
Black Lift is still trying to figure out what just took place. I see your.
I'm still trying to figure out. Look, I'm trying to figure out what took place. Hey, I had to go with what I had, and wait till you hear the outro. It's gonna be the same.
Okay,
anyway, let's go, man. All right, man. So as y'all know, Kevin Hart is in the news. He's suing. If you guys haven't heard, this young lady's named Tasha K. She's all over the TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that, social media, whatever. And she always be the one getting these guests that basically are like either assistants, ex-assistants, or former assistants for a lot of these celebrities or whatever that's being in the news and telling and kind of like spilling the tea and all that or whatever. Well, Kevin Hart's his last assistant or whatever. Basically, did I put that up right? No, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, you got the wrong thing up.
There we go.
Oh, yeah,
I know, I'm just off today.
What's going on with IT today?
It's the Christmas, bro. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's criminal.
Yeah.
It's criminal.
It's criminal.
But Kevin Hart's former assistant, basically has been on Tasha K's show or whatever, and basically, slandering his name, and of course, as you can see, he's now suing them for extortion, breach of contract, and defamation and violation of privacy. Real quick, we're going to do a video so you guys can, be caught up on what we're talking about. I thought you was giving me the thumbs up, Woody.
Ain't this the same one? Ain't this the same girl that got sued by Cardi B?
No, I think she was being sued by somebody else, but I can't remember if it was. No, not Cardi B. I don't think it was Cardi B.
No, this is the one that got sued by Cardi B.
Is it Tasha K was?
I think so.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Well, you might know me. I don't know better than. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the
all
one.
Right, here.
She ain't learned her damn lesson.
No. Here, let's listen, y'all.
She's a fucking idiot.
The 21-page extortion lawsuit Kevin Hart has filed against Tasha K, and I'm going to recap it for you. So the lawsuit is Kevin Hart and Kevin Hart Enterprises against Maisha Shakes, who the lawsuit says was Kevin Hart's personal assistant from August 8th, 2017 until October 22nd, 2020, as well as LaTasha Kibi, who we all know as Tasha K, and Kibi Studios. And it specifically notes that Tasha K has a, quote, established history of posting defamatory and otherwise improper content regarding celebrities. There is also a list of defendants 1 through 20 that the lawsuit says were agents, employees, representatives, or co-conspirators that once their true names are learned, the lawsuit will be updated with those names. Okay, so on to the facts of the lawsuit. It says that Maisha Shakes signed a confidentiality agreement, which they include a copy of, on August 8th, in which she expressly agreed that she would not directly or indirectly, verbally or otherwise, publish, disseminate, disclose, or cause to be published, disseminated, or disclose any confidential information to any person, firm, or entity whatsoever. It also lists what they consider to be confidential information, which the agreement says is business operations, business ideas, techniques, methodologies, and business relationships. And then on October 22nd, 2020, Maisha entered into a mutual release, and release meaning she stopped working for Kevin Hart. And it says mutual, so no indication of why she left or if there was any bad blood, just that it was a mutual release. And on that day, Maisha also entered into an NDA agreement with Kevin Hart and his companies. And the NDA is attached. The NDA calls for Kevin Hart to pay Maisha $30,000 for a period of 3 years, along with some other considerations. And in return, the NDA specifies that private and confidential information, which is not generally known to the public or readily ascertainable by proper means by others, is subject to reasonable efforts to maintain its secrecy pertaining to Kevin Hart, his companies, or his family. It also states that Myisha shall not disclose or disseminate confidential information to any person whatsoever. So basically, she wasn't supposed to say nothing. So it goes on to say that in November of 2023, Myisha and Tasha K recorded an interview regarding Kevin Hart, his family, and his companies. Notwithstanding, or despite if the statements are true or false, Myisha only had this knowledge because of her work with Kevin Hart and his companies. And that information was protected under the confidentiality agreement and the NDA.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the reason I let it play on and play a lot of that information is for others that basically that's watching these these podcasts that's more gossip or untrue statements and stuff like that, is one of the reasons, because a lot of people that are, so they have signed the NDA, you know what I'm saying, but when it comes to sexual harassment and stuff like that or whatever, I don't think that's kind of like non-avoided when it comes to stuff like that. But when you're slandering someone's name, slandering their families or whatever, and talking about, you know, things that basically you agreed to not talk about from the very beginning, you know what I'm saying? And you sign these papers. That's why they sign these papers or whatever. And then you go on some show or whatever, and you basically, you know, and it is pretty much extortion. You know what I'm saying? Because you go on these shows or whatever, and it's kind of like you're going to tell this stuff or whatever, and that's, you know, we getting paid, or we're going to get paid one way or the other.
But she,
you know what I'm saying? Huh?
She is getting paid. She getting paid $30,000 a year.
$30,000 a year for the next, yeah.
Now, see.
But let me finish.
Yeah, I'm not finish. Yeah, because I ain't gonna go nowhere. Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So basically, basically, the young lady knew that they weren't supposed to, and Tasha knew that they weren't supposed to, you know, put this information out there. But she actually she had a what is it, like a pay-per-view for that interview or whatever, and got paid. You know, I think it was like $5 or something or whatever, you know what I'm saying, for them to subscribe or to see that segment or whatever the case may be, and got paid that way as well. You know what I mean? So, you know, she's in a heck of a lot of trouble, man. You know, it's kind of like, don't sit here and talk about someone that you don't really know and don't know the facts. You know, don't ask, and you know, assistants or whatever that may have a vendetta or some sort of, you know, disagreement with the person that they've, you know, that you're interviewed from, without really getting, you know, true facts or whatever, because it can get you in trouble as well. It's like if we were to get them on our show or something like that, you know, and we don't know what's going on, and we're talking about shit that we don't know, you know, we can get in trouble for that shit, you know. And being that she's, you know, out there, she's getting get sued big time, not through just Kevin Hart, but other celebrities as well. Now, go ahead, Fat Boy. What you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just saying that she getting paid, right? She getting paid to do absolutely a damn thing. Now, what I was gonna say is, they always say you don't get what you worth, you get what you negotiate for. I probably would have negotiated for the 50 piece, and got out of there with about 40. Shit, $30,000 to sign an NDA. But this the thing, Kevin Hart is very intelligent, man. He covered all, he dotted all his I's, he crossed all of his T's. And people are not understanding when they signing this paperwork, that shit could be held up in the court of law. Now, on the Tasha K she should know better by now. She just was a $4 million lawsuit with Cardi B, and crying and pleading for her to drop the defamation case that she had against her. So my thing is with her, kind of like you were saying about spreading this narrative and trying to profit off of people's shame and issues, it's starting to come back on them. It's starting to show you that the difference between you and People Magazine and all of them people, they can hide under New York Times versus Sullivan. You can't. You can't.
Well, the other thing too is when it comes to, like you said, People Magazine, TMZ, and all this stuff or whatever. These are actually records of something that happened that they have proof that that's public. You know what I'm saying? And when you pull out public stuff or whatever, and like as they say, receipts and stuff like that or whatever, then
it's covered.
It's covered.
It's covered under New York Times versus Sullivan. It's the case
exactly.
It's covered.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, with them not doing that or whatever, man, you know what I'm saying? She just asking for it, dude. She's really asking for it.
She listen, I'll give her 2 more years before she's bankrupt. Because what's gonna happen is Kevin Hart is not going to shy away from this 250. He gonna get all the money out of her ass because she need to be taught a lesson. I don't think she learned her lesson when she did it with Cardi B because she went on there crying and pleading her case. But now her ass is grass. And then back to the assistant, man. Y'all gotta stop telling people business after y'all don't get what y'all want, bro. It's starting to look tacky, and it's just not becoming of you people. Like it's not a good look. It's tacky, and even whatever it is at this point, y'all gotta grow up and really stop airing people dirty laundry so you can get paid. In her case, she was already getting paid, so at this point, she was just being greedy. Because $30,000 a year to do absolutely nothing is a bag, and and Black Liv who don't work will definitely agree to this, right? A man that don't work, $30,000 tax free money. You talking about shit you gonna give to me for 3 years? Where the NDA? Because I ain't got shit to say. Holla at me, man. Kevin Hart, amazing dude. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Black Liv.
So number one, Harvey Levin is an attorney. Okay. So Harvey Levin from TMZ, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he can and can't do. Okay. All these other papers and stuff like that, regardless of what case law they cite, they lawyered up. This Tasha K chick, she out here hood lawyering, jailhouse lawyering and getting bad advice. And you think just because you got a YouTube following or
you think you can just report?
Yeah, you think you can just be out here and try to claim everything. Everything is my First Amendment rights. Nah, bro, you can't do that. So you got to be smart about what you do and what you say. That's number one. Number two, the assistant, it's not that she's lying. She knew information, and like you said, she signed what she signed. So therefore, she shouldn't be saying nothing.
Not a damn thing.
And if you say something, expect that tail whooping that's coming when they get you in court. Because you signed the paperwork, you took that bread, $30,000 a year. I mean, you still going to work, but still, $30,000 a year, free money. Get the hell out of here. You need to take that and you can go and get you a part-time job driving Uber or something, to make up the ends or whatever. But yeah, these people that they want their 5 minutes of fame.
Yes, they do.
And the bad part about when you get your 5 minutes of fame, you're gonna spend 20 minutes in jail.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, the other thing is also the other thing also is that she still can be exaggerating a little bit more than what she really just for the news, just for the for the hype or whatever the case may be. Little shit could have happened and she made it out of something really bigger. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that or whatever. So basically, whatever it is, half of the shit was probably untrue or whatever. That at least that's what he's fighting it as or whatever, and it's slander and the extortion part. I wanted to say
he's fighting her truth. I think he's fighting the fact that she signed a non-disclosure agreement. And you disclosing. Hold on.
It don't have to be 100% true neither. You know what I'm saying?
I get the point you're making, but the issue is I don't even think he cares about that. She signed a non-disclosure agreement, means you're not.
They're talking about his family too, so he cares. You know what I'm saying? Because they're putting his family in the mix of this story or narrative that she's putting out there or whatever. So yes, he cares.
Okay, but here's the issue with Kevin Hart. He already people. So that's what I'm saying. Kevin Hart's word is doo-doo now anyway, because he already cheated on his wife.
Yeah. That don't have nothing to do with this though.
What I'm saying is it's kind of like you put yourself out here to be something that you're not, and it's proven that you're not,
people gonna always talk about anyway.
That still weakens your word.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's why I think, as to go piggyback on Black Liv, that's why I think it was basically, yes, the family, and yes, that was important, but I think it's just legalities. Right. She signed the NDA, she broke the contract. I'm suing her ass, and I'm suing Tasha K too.
Right.
Because you signed, and this is my thing. You can't be signing shit and not read the top of the paper, people. The shit is called an NDA for a reason. Non-disclosure agreement. And you disclose. You disclose, so you are up for prosecution. It's just that simple.
And the thing is that assistant probably was like, oh, well, yeah, I signed this NDA, but it don't mean nothing. It's just a piece of paper. I can go out here and do what I want to do.
Not only that, she could have been told that this are certain things you can talk about and this are certain things that you can't. And she probably got bad advice and that means as well. Because like you said, she signed and she probably thought, well, maybe I ain't supposed to be talking about blah, 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 whatever. But then somebody gave her, oh, girl, you can talk about that.
Look, man, she saw that I was going to get a job working with Kevin Hart. She like, man, I don't care. Hell, I'll sign whatever y'all want me to sign. And these people never go consult an attorney.
Of course
they don't consult with a lawyer. They just see, I'm going to get this job with Kevin Hart and, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
People, go, pay a couple of bucks to see a damn attorney.
She signed 2 non-DAs, people.
Michelle said that, so maybe that what Epstein should have done, had folks sign an NDA when individual landed on the island.
I would agree.
No,
but I don't think it covered what he was doing, though.
Let me finish. Yeah. All right. Epstein and people like that has done that. They have had people sign NDAs, but it does not coincide with sexual harassment by law. You know what I'm saying? And basically, if you was to tell, like sometimes when people do a contract like that, an NDA, it's like don't disclose, at certain times where we are located or where we're going to have the time we're going to have the parties or information or where I'm going to be or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It has those type of legalities in the contracts, right? But it doesn't have, it doesn't protect anyone from sexual harassment.
You mean sexual assault? So NDAs don't cover
sexual assault. Both
NDAs do not cover things that break the law.
Yeah,
exactly.
They don't cover illegal behavior.
Exactly. No. You know what I'm saying? So that part.
So Epstein and his underage girls, that NDA cannot cover underage girls
at all.
No.
That's what I want to tell Shell.
Now it could have saved the people from telling on them, man.
Yeah. Let me finish.
Goddamn, I just was telling what he said. Shit.
Shakita Hicks, what's up? Simon, what's up? Is on? They're on Facebook. I think there was. So I just wanted to shout them in real quick while we got them. Did the argument have details of what specifically cannot be disclosed? The argument, that's the thing. It could have been specific what could not be disclosed. It was that, but it was also things that, like I said, that she may have said that they may have told her was okay to say. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, I'm sure she knew she signed this and she's getting paid or whatever in this means, and she probably thought she can still get paid in another means or whatever just because she didn't say anything that was dealing with the NDA. At least she thought. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of it. That's part of it. She said, "I see it does not cover pedophiles."
No. So Michelle, what NDAs cannot do? NDAs cannot have you. It cannot prohibit you from going to the authorities if you see illegal acts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's kind of like I told you, my wife's a counselor, right? So if somebody that she's counseling tells her about some illegal activity that they've done, she cannot keep that quiet. She has to report that, even though it's patient-client privilege. You cannot hold that. You have to report that to the police. And if you don't, you can be held as an accessory.
You can lose your
after the fact.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's move to the next one. We talking about Man, everybody, I don't know what's going on with these celebrities these days, man, but we're going to talk about a little bit more about TD Jakes. And basically, I have a video of him basically responding to the speculations of him being with P. Diddy in this whole ordeal that's been going on. Let's check out this clip real quick, whatever, man, and then give me guys let me know what you guys think of it as well. I know I need to be quicker. I need to be quicker on the draw. But I'm not. There we go here. All right. And I'm on just a clip of it, really.
Sorry, 2 NDAs.
Damn it.
If everything was true, all I got to do is...
My bad, y'all.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Delisa, how you doing?
Lisa in his house. All right, man. So here we go. TD Jakes, y'all. Let me know what y'all think of this statement that he just made.
Repent sincerely from my heart. It's true. All I got to do is repent sincerely from my heart. There's enough power in the blood to cover all kinds of sins. I don't care what it is, the blood would fix it.
Let me say first.
Now, I'm not going to repeat. Well, basically, this guy's going to pretty much repeat some of the things that I'm going to actually say. This is kind of, I don't know, it gets kind of disturbing.
That statement was sus as hell, bro.
Yes. To anybody and everybody that knows, that's a suspect. That's a real suspect statement, right?
That's a sus statement.
So, you know, no one that's actually, anyone that's innocent of anything is not going to say, you know, even if I did. That's just not going to come out their mouths. Even if I did, ain't nothing you can do about it. That's basically, you know what I'm saying?
No, what he's saying is, even if I did, that's all I got to do is confess to Jesus, and I'm gonna be okay.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Exactly.
Like I said, it's the same partying all night Sunday night and go to church. I mean Saturday night and go to church Sunday morning and repent all the whole stuff that you did on Saturday night. Yeah, that's supposed to be cool.
But that ain't in the Bible though, man. That's just people with their own misconceptions and misinterpretations of the word. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother show.
Yeah. I mean, just if we're gonna get deep into religion and stuff like that or whatever.
But yeah, that was horrible. I don't even think I listened to the video all the way because that was crazy.
That was sus.
You know what? That's what I'm gonna do, because this guy made a point. He made a point as to what I would think, or to what I've said. Some of the things that we just already said or whatever. But I just wanted to see what y'all said right before. See if y'all be on the same page. Basically, that's what I wanted to see and check. So here, check it out.
Let me say first that I take no joy in watching what we are all watching concerning allegations against Bishop T.D. Jakes. If a person is being accused of something that they did not do to that degree, will remain throughout the duration of the process, whether it goes to court or not, they will remain angry. And something that Bishop Jakes said that really stood out to me, even if I did do it, the blood is sufficient. If in fact you are accusing me of something heinous that I did not do, one of the things that I wouldn't do and innocent people usually do not do is say things like, well, even if I did, my God has enough mercy and forgiveness to forgive me. The if I did it raises concern. When we think about O.J. Simpson, we all can remember how we felt when he made that statement. It is not normal behavior for a human being to say, well, if I did it, X, Y, and Z. So I hate to see what I'm seeing concerning Bishop T.D. Jakes. However, I do understand the need for these individuals who hold these positions in the minds of people as kings and gods almost, that who they are be exposed to the general public for the general public's best interest. What are your thoughts on the statement, well, if I did it, the blood?
Yeah, that part. So, I mean, he basically said what we just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read this comment because O just made
Big O made a great comment.
Yeah. So O say, even if he is innocent, what is he supposed to say? Never will be the right thing for everybody. Only God knows, and the truth will come to the light. To be honest with you, he shouldn't have said nothing.
So
period.
So yeah.
He shouldn't be saying nothing, whatever. When he said that, when he first got on there and said, I know what y'all waiting to hear, y'all waiting on, you know what I mean? But blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, even if I did, I can repent. Or it's kind of like I'm just so much better that I can do this. No. He shouldn't have said nothing. Anybody that's innocent about something or whatever, and know that people are going to hang on every word that you say, you shouldn't say nothing. Period. That's my. Well, go ahead, Woody.
So, my issue with that is, and I 100% agree with Fuel. He shouldn't have said nothing and just let that stuff lay.
Yeah.
Because here's the issue. In my mind, by him making that statement and saying what he said, that kind of leads me to believe that there are some receipts somewhere that somebody got proof of something. And so therefore he's trying to shield himself by saying, even if I did do it, I'm sorry that I did it, and I can repent on the blood of Jesus and I will be forgiven.
Right. Because
so that leads you down that path that there's some evidence somewhere.
Go ahead, Fat Boy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all what y'all said. I kind of understand what Big O is saying, though. I usually kind of try to stay off, these kind of topics, because touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. So I kind of try not to address, because whatever he's doing, like Big O said,
no matter
whatever he's doing, he gonna have to face the creator, right? And so at the end of the day, that part, what is disturbing, the part that I thought is disturbing, and what I see a lot in the Black church, is how we misinterpret scripture. And we use scripture to fit our narrative and to push. And so a lot of people, if you ain't never opened your Bible and you don't understand what he's talking about, he had a great point, because that is the reason why Yeshua died for our sins, and he gave his life, because for all the sins of man, murder, carnage, everything, right? Pedophilia, all of that, every sin of man, that's what he died for when you get in your Bible, right? So I try to stay away from it, but it's a misdirection, right? And kind of like what Black Lip was saying, it sounds like you leaving a little room in case some receipts come out. And I just don't like the way the pulpit is used. That's the only thing I got to say about him as a person and an individual and a man of God. As a man of God, I kind of, watch my words, because, you can't be, biblically, you're not supposed to do that anyway, right?
But then again, Fat Boy, you say, do my prophets no harm. But does the Bible speaks toward false prophets as well?
That's true. It do.
How are we as lay people supposed to determine who's a real and who's a false prophet?
Getting your Bible, right?
But that's not for us to decide.
Yeah, exactly.
That's God's thing.
We have so many congregations out here, these huge churches that are being led by false prophets.
Absolutely.
And they're worshiping false idols such as the dollar bill.
Absolutely. But a lot of times, Black Lift is a lot of times, man, people ain't getting in their Bible. Like I'm starting from Genesis on up. I'm gonna tell you how I know people ain't in their Bible, because they talk about Cain and Abel, and they talk about God's wrath and how he banished Cain for killing his brother, but they never talk about the grace that he offered Cain by saying, you cursed, you got to get the hell up out of here. But if a motherfucker touch you, he in trouble, right? They don't talk about that part of it. And I say that to say a lot of it is the misinterpretation to build a sermon, right? And a narrative for to get the money, to do this, to do that. So a lot of times, if you get in your Bible and you read the Quran or you read the Holy Bible and you get the knowledge for yourself, instead of false idolizing and listening to false prophet, you'll be able to know, hey, the Bible don't say that, right? The Bible says this. And so he's using a false narrative, right? I think that we got to get informed and knowledgeable about that.
But this is the thing when it comes to religion, y'all. And I because I was raised, you know what I'm saying?
We know Fuel. You know how we was raised, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. And I've seen it from time to time, from preacher to preacher, from church to church, from Christianity to Catholic to whatever. It's not the fact that they don't read the Bible. It's the fact that everyone interprets the Bible a different way.
And there are different versions of the Bible,
versions and what they just believe in themselves that works for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because people believe in certain things in the Bible to the point where it actually goes with what their lifestyle is, go with what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's the problem, whatever, because no one's actually really on the same page. Mm-mm. Some look up to preachers and pastors or whatever to be truthful because they thinking that that's the person that God has, you know, brought them to be able to interpret the Bible to them correctly, you know. But then also you have those that only does it to to benefit themselves as well. You know what I mean? If it just like I said, you have some churches that will still, you know, do the hip hop shit. You know what I mean? Or whatever, when hip hop ain't supposed to be a part of, you know, it's supposed to be secular music. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be secular, you know, but yet in order to get the people, you're doing this type of dance. And I'm using this for example, like for instance, and don't get me wrong, I love Kirk Franklin. I love him. I love a lot of the gospel or whatever, that's the singers or whatever. You know, but they do things that basically now they're using secular music or whatever to, you know, samples and all this type of stuff in order to draw people that's not as religious.
To get them 10% ties, bro. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. You know,
and I've told you before.
That's real talk.
I'm spiritual, not religious. Mm-hmm. And the reason is because religion has been used to keep people down, like black people in slavery and all this stuff for decades and centuries. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's no, you can be spiritual and believe in doing good things without being religious. These religions and these organized religions are all about that dollar bill. Mm-hmm. The Catholic Church basically just said that Catholic priests can now bless homosexuals, LGBTQ people, because you know why? Because they noticed that them people are not going to church. Mm-hmm. 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 And they need that dollar.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
I also agree with what y'all are saying, but it goes back to what you were saying about secular and misinterpretations, because who said that, right? Jesus hung around nothing but convicts. So that's also a misinterpretation of the word.
Prostitutes, convicts.
You feel me? So when you use that example of Kirk Franklin, he probably would have messed with Kirk Franklin before he messed with a secular person, because Kirk Franklin can bring the masses. Jesus didn't mess with. See, that's what I always used to get mad about people when I went to church. Jesus didn't mess with you if you wasn't sinning. That was the first people that he went to go get, because he said that if he could turn a sinner into a believer, then everybody else will follow. So we also have to understand once again about the misinterpretation that our grandparents laid on us. Goes back to what Black Lift was saying. A lot of that stuff was misinterpreted through slavery. And so it was used that because that was what Nat Turner did. He used the Bible to revert a lot of the shit that they were saying. And that's what he was saying. The same shit they using to demean us is the same as other parts of the Bible, other verses in the Bible that's going against and saying that that's not right of what they're doing. So they was manipulated, and they have been. And so I say that to say, because we're going off all topic, I say that to say we got to kind of watch how we understand. And that was why I'm reading the Holy Bible now, and then I'm going to the Quran afterwards, because I want to have my own understanding. When somebody comes to me and be like this, I'm like, no, that's not it.
Yeah. That's the whole thing is the having your own understanding, having your own belief, as you know, and that basically guides you in the right path of
being spiritual and not religious.
Because I'm like Woody, I'm more towards the spiritual. I'm more towards the spiritual side of it myself, because of how religion has just ruined things. Right. But as I get into my Bible now, I start realizing that they've been, excuse my language, they've been BSing us, and they've been flipping it for their own narrative, because it's very.
That's the reason why they didn't want it. They didn't want us to learn how to read.
Absolutely.
They didn't want us to read what was really there. Yeah, but like I said, we need to get off this one. But
we'll go crazy. Yeah, we'll go crazy.
I'll go crazy.
But I will say, what's up? Dre's in the house with us. Lonnie Charles, what's up, Lonnie Thompson? She's in the house with us. They on Facebook, you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, come on in on the conversation. And real quick to wrap it up for TD Jakes. Lisa said that he's getting where'd it go? I just
getting his sheets prepared for those receipts.
Yes,
I'm with you, Black.
And a part of this is because is basically, you know, what he's basically done. Someone brought up this point. Before all this happened, you know, he put a lot of the stuff in his daughter's name. You know, what I don't even know what to say because I'm not that into
transferred it or.
Well, you know, he's like she's the head now. Really, the head.
The trust.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, set it up in a irrevocable trust.
I think so.
Beneficiary.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what was said. You know what I mean? And so that's goes to what Delisa was just saying or whatever, as opposed to him getting ready for something to happen. You know what I mean? Because you know he was the head of the church. Why are you giving it to your daughter? You're not retiring. You ain't left. You know. And then you have Tyler Perry, which is not prophet.
He's not ordained
prophet or anything. No. Touch you as if he is. You know what I'm saying? And making the world think, or at least his congregation think that, oh, he had the power to do this to me. Yeah, come on, man. That's all show. You know what I'm saying? When you do stuff out of line, man, and fake like that, dude, something's going to come out. I'm just saying something's going to come out.
And if he did the trust stuff, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah. He's separating the word from the money.
Yeah. Exactly.
He want the money protected.
Oh,
I mean, when it come out, like I say, when it come out, I probably still won't speak on it too much.
Mm-hmm.
But what's done in the dark gonna come to the light, y'all.
Exactly.
That's it. Mm-hmm. And God bless him. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's what he's doing with the pulpit, man, that's a tough situation, and he really gonna have to answer for that. So that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, and just like I told you guys, you know what I'm saying, I'm just a spiritual as well, and I only, you know, I don't speak the word. I don't try to quote Bible verses or whatever to show my, you know, intelligence about the Bible. I show my intelligence, and I tell my intelligence of my experiences and what I know that actually got me from, you know, certain situations and got me out of that. You can believe that or you not. That's fine with me. But I'm definitely going to tell you what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So, you know, so there it is, man. Woo! We went a little longer on that one. All right, man. Well, it's that time, man, for History and Blackness with my man. Who we got today, big dog?
All right. Thank y'all, man. Another edition of History and Blackness. Today we have Charles Hamilton Houston, an American lawyer, educator, and civil rights activist. He was born September 31st, 1895 in Washington, D.C., and he died April 22nd, 1950 in Washington, D.C. He was educated at M Street High School, Amherst College. He was one of 6 valedictorians of the class of 1915, where he received his bachelor's. He went on to Harvard Law School, where he received his LLB in 1922 and his Doctor of Juris degree in 1923. He also studied civil law at the University of Madrid. After teaching for 2 years at Harvard University, he enlisted in the U.S. Army and was commissioned a second lieutenant in field artillery and served in France and Germany. And he was admitted to the United States Bar Association in 1924 as vice dean of Howard University Law School from 1929 to 1935. During his time there, he trained almost 1/4 of the nation's black law students. Among them was Thurgood Marshall. In 1935 to 40, he served as special counsel for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, as we know, the NAACP, arguing several cases before the Supreme Court. Gaines versus Canada, with challenging the separate but equal law, and by saying just if there is no challenging, saying that you have to allow black students into Missouri Law School because there's no equal black institution, so you have to allow them through the separate but equal law, which laid the ground work for Brown versus the Board of Education, which later was won by the NAACP and Thurgood Marshall through all of his work. And then he had passed and was rewarded the Spring Arm Medal in 1950 by the NAACP posthumously. And so cool. Shout out to him.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, shout out to him, man. And I always say this every time I get done, y'all. It be so much stuff on these brothers and sisters that we be bringing to the table that I have to like pull pieces from their life, because I be feeling like I be behind, bro. Because I guess because they didn't have social media and shit, they was really on their shit. They was really working. But by the time they was 22, they had been across the world, 3 jobs already. You know what I'm saying?
Also, let them know where they can find your information where you found it. I know it's Wikipedia is one.
I never use Wikipedia.
That's what I said. That's what I said. So let people know.
I use either Britannica. I usually like to use Britannica Webster because it's an official site. But right. I always do, if you see an NAACP, or if you see what's the not Naismith, the national, the damn Smithsonian, something like that, like those type of websites, that's credible. That's kind of where I go. But I mainly go.
You can always use the Library of Congress.
Yeah, and definitely the Library of Congress. They're gonna give you all the information.
Cool.
Great shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Michelle said, what'd you say, Michelle?
She said, interesting. 1915. I think my grandmother was actually picking cotton back then. So for him to get that far during that period of time is huge.
Absolutely. Yes, exactly. But he was a northern boy though too. So he wasn't born in the South though. So that he kind of had a little more action too. In DC, a lot of people don't know, DC had already had a black presence for a long time, especially post-Civil War, due to the flight to the north. So DC, you got Elizabeth Keckley that comes. I'm going for that. Never mind. But it's a lot of sisters and brothers that were affluent in DC, and so he grew up in a certain kind of background too, a middle class family. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of where Frederick Douglass got his run after he got his freedom. That's kind of where he was raised and did his thing. So DC was always affluent and forward thinking for Black African Americans. So shout out to DC.
You say that makes sense, Fat Boy. That makes sense.
Shout out. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, DC baby. Hey, big old DC man. Hey, DC.
Did you do that on purpose, dog? Because it was DC.
Hey, no, because no. What happened was, what led me to him, he was very interesting because he taught Thurgood Marshall, right? He's really the reason why the Board of Education, the Board versus the Brown, Brown versus Board of Education. Thank you. Even the groundwork, because they used the separate but equal, and that was his playing field. He's the reason why he's the one who told Thurgood Marshall to do it, to remember to the University of Maryland. And when he got kids, so that's how. So he was Thurgood Marshall before Thurgood Marshall was even existing. Yeah. And I love to kind of, because I look so high up to Thurgood Marshall, and to see who his mentor was is always phenomenal. Right. So that's why I kind of brought him to the table, because it's always good to hear about the people you know, but then the people who inspire them.
Got you. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Welcome, Darren. I see you in the house. What's up with you? Remember Darren Hall? Well, you know who Darren is.
Bruh, what's up, Darren? He lived behind my mama's house.
Right up there, right? Yep, right behind you.
Share his face.
Right. Yeah, same backyard.
Yep, share the backyard.
Hey, so all right, let's get into this next one, you guys. I think this is a good topic as well, man.
I think it's a great topic.
Why men aren't having to talk about being husbands, and should it be discussed more often? And I think that I think you're right. We don't. I try to look up. So I was trying to why isn't a lot of people talking about being a husband? How we not talking about being a husband and what a husband's supposed to be and how we're supposed to act or whatever towards our women, our queens. You know what I mean? In a marriage. I think a part of that is because we're too busy trying to find our queen.
We too busy trying to get some ass.
I don't know. I don't have I really don't have a good answer for that, though. To be honest with you, because I never really thought about why we never really talk. We always see women talking about, and telling other women or what a good woman is to their man. You know what I'm saying? Being submissive, being their queen. You know what I'm saying? Supporting them, and and nurturing them, and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, go ahead, man. I guess somebody else, because I'm not sure. You want to go for Woody, or you want?
I'm let the married man go first, and then I'm gonna throw my little 2 cents in. But I'm gonna let the specialist go first.
Yeah, we
got the game to it.
Yeah, dog.
My personal opinion is that in society today, both men and women, they're stuck in this mindset, especially younger people. They're stuck in this mindset that they are waiting for everything to be perfect to get married.
Ooh. Come on now.
And unfortunately, if it does happen,
do you think more so for men?
Men and women. Men being the same. So okay, it's more toward women than it is toward men. And so
those ladies again out there, y'all heard what he said.
No, I mean, I'm being honest. So
I want to get a comment from him.
Women want to get themselves established first. The whole independent woman thing is still a thing.
Right.
And so, when they get in a relationship, they don't want to be depending on no man.
Right. True.
Period. And so a lot of times men don't talk about marriage with their ladies because they ladies have more or less told them that I'm not ready to get married, and I don't think that you're ready to get married. You know what I'm saying? So even if men had a thought of approaching a woman, like if you had a good woman and you like, man, I'm gonna ask her to marry me, but y'all have already had these discussions, bro. You're not financially ready.
Right.
You're not ready to have kids. You're not ready to deal with kids. You're not ready to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why men don't really. Younger men don't talk about marriage.
Yeah.
They look, and unfortunately, a lot of times some of our queens are okay having kids with dudes and not marrying them.
Yeah.
They're okay with having, I got a kid, 1 or 2 children with this dude. Okay, but I'm not gonna marry him. And to me, that's like some of the most backward stuff ever. But unfortunately, that's what our society now has become okay with.
Yeah.
And so that's why men don't really talk about marriage, because women don't strive for it either.
I agree.
That's my 2 cents on it.
I like that.
All right.
I always like to let you go because I could kind of cha-cha with it. No, it's like great point. I wasn't even thinking about it that way. I honestly think where I was going with it is we're not having the conversation amongst men, right? I think Woody, you probably the only one that I know that is having the conversation like you need to, like you said before this, man, you need to go in a cave and heal, right? Men are not having these conversations like women are, right? Mm-hmm. Even though they are striving for the excellence and they are doing the independent thing, they still are working towards and having the conversation amongst themselves. What I've learned from my experience is we're not having the conversation for two reasons. One, we don't know that we're supposed to be having these conversations. And two, we don't know how to have these conversations. And
three, you're not really ready.
No. But this is the thing. If we start having these conversations, we would know that we're not, right? But because we're not having these conversations, we don't know the ins and out of a marriage. Black Lift made a great point. Anniversary happened. Black Lift, a regular man, a single man, first thing you thought of was sex, right? I'm just being honest, right? Did you get some? But that's how we think. Mm-hmm. Black Lift being a married man, that was the last thing on my mind, King. I wasn't even in my phone. I was taking pictures of her because he's a married man. These are the conversations that married men, this is what married men are thinking of. Mm-hmm. Right? You get what I'm saying? So that's another thing. And this is what married women are thinking of. This is what women are talking about that are not married. They're talking about this thing. Also, I've learned that we aren't, because we've been so overly sexualized since we were children, as boys on that's our manhood. That's all we look for. So we talked about this earlier. We don't enter in with standards. So we're not dating for marriage. We're dating for sex. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? We're not getting together with someone to build something, to be a servant, right? Because that's what he was talking about. He was talking about being a service to his wife because he's a fucking husband. What we talk about, right? What do we usually talk about? How we want a woman to service us. That ain't no fucking leader. But as men, this is the shit we pass around. And this is the shit that we accept amongst each other. But this is why I brought this topic to the table, because we all are guilty of it, right? Mm-hmm. We all are guilty of perpetuating singlehood, right? Instead of perpetuating being great fathers and husbands, because that's what the fuck you put here to do, right?
Okay, so why isn't there more husbands, say for instance, just like Black Lift, you know, that has the experience or whatever, giving those type of conversations to other men, especially us black men?
Because they don't have examples.
Exactly.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about those that have the examples for, like yourself, like you went through a horrible marriage. Yeah. You've been through the ins and outs or whatever. And now you're on a better. So you learn even from that of just being able to have an anniversary and it's about her and not the sex thing or whatever. It still took something. You know what I'm saying? It took experience. It took some stuff that you've been through already to the point where, you know what, this is about her now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm asking, why is there's not more married people like yourself having these type of conversations?
I think that it is.
Because marriage these days is not, people don't get married for the long term nowadays. Uh-huh. We have microwave marriages. Mm-hmm. People get married and they like, okay, well, hell, I was in this for 2 years. I'm finna break the hell out. Mm-hmm. I'm finna go down here to the damn courthouse and get these paperwork done, and I'm out. Mm-hmm. This microwave marriage is number one. Number two, to kind of piggyback on what I was saying earlier, back when we was kids, and I'm talking Generation X, which is what we're in, Phil. Mm-hmm. So back in Gen X, it was common for two people that didn't really have nothing to get together and work together and make something.
Yes.
These kids nowadays don't do that.
No, don't have an idea what the fuck that even means.
Nope, they don't know. Nope. If you a broke ass, I ain't even talking to you, partner.
Right.
You keep it moving. I don't even need you. But you know, instead of men and women just kind of getting together and supporting each other to build together, that's not happening these days.
Right.
At all. And
There
so,
are-
like I said, it still goes back to the example that I was saying is that, like you said, you know, you have to want to be in a marriage and not just a relationship.
Right.
And so people these days, they get in situationships.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have husbands and wives, they have roommates.
Right.
And boyfriends and girlfriends.
Like
I said, man, if I had $1 for every person I saw that they living with their baby mama, got 2 kids, and ain't neither one of them. Now one of them thinking about getting married.
Mm.
Why would I do that? So he can own me, or she can own me.
Yeah. And
everything has gotten into ownership, and it's not even that.
False. Yeah. It's all false narratives, man. And it goes back to what we were talking about early. It's a lot of misinterpretation amongst women and amongst men, both on different pages, on what it means to be in a relationship. On women, he not gonna own me, he not gonna control me. With men, I ain't gonna be no sucker, I ain't gonna be no simp. And that's the issue where it is as on us, because I can only talk about with us as men. We have to want more for ourselves. I'm learning. Black Lift wanted more for himself, right? He wanted more for himself because with that came a home, with that came cars, with that came a life that he wanted. He wasn't
with that
doing
came experience. With that came heartache.
What
came with that was pain too
he
as
had
well.
been working 25 years?
29 years.
29 years, right? And couldn't do that because all of that time he was focusing on being a husband, but operating as a boyfriend. You get what I'm saying? And I think that as men, we all need to start having this conversation. We all need to start having this conversation to talk about these things.
Yeah.
And as men. Yep.
So up
the game too. Everybody want more.
I agree.
Everybody want more, and like people see marriage now as a paperwork trap.
Absolutely.
They see it as a trap.
Yes,
and like right now, the big hitter on social media right now is I don't know if y'all seen the videos on TikTok and all this other stuff of women that don't have kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Social media done pump that up now to where women that don't have kids, they going on Christmas vacation by themselves. Or they going on cruises by themselves. They doing that. I can do this because I don't have kids.
Oh, really? That's the.
You ain't seen that, man? Yeah. That's a big trend right now.
So it's kind of playing up just to being, to be single or whatever the case would
be. Sitting on the beach sipping champagne, talking about I can do this because I don't have kids.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do the work. I think.
Well, I can say this. I experienced exactly what y'all talking about, and I've experienced the fact that the reason, the young lady I was with for 5 years when I moved here, I was with her for 5, almost 6 years, and she wanted to have a kid. Although I already had kids, I wasn't ready. That ain't way we came into this relationship. That ain't what we talked about. Now, mind you, I've been with you for 5 years, so I have some love for you and some caring for you and everything to the point where we can discuss that and use that to grow, but you're not going to force me to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it was more of a force thing. And this is the kicker, is that she didn't want to get married. She didn't want to do it the right way. She just wanted to have a baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I know exactly what you're saying. I've experienced the stuff that you guys are talking about, and these conversations there should be more of, because I had that, even though I had common sense or whatever, not to just jump on into something like this or whatever the case would be, it would have been good to have a conversation with someone or whatever to at least put my mindset of when and how we can go about, having a kid and being married or whatever, and what it's going to take, whether being married to make those choices, those correct choices. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I feel you. I mean, y'all
and by you even mentioning that, some women are like, man, what is you, a sucker?
Mm-hmm.
Why you trying to marry me? I mean, look, we can go on ahead and kick it and have kids and do all this other stuff and keep our stuff separate.
Why we got it? Yeah.
Exactly. It's also too, I think too, men, let's read this. It says the media has gotten women believing Prince Charming will show up with a bag, a mansion, etc. No shit, Michelle. You absolutely right, Miss Kelly. I agree. Yeah. I think that's a huge issue that we have, just in general, right? I think that it's been Black Lift hit it on the head. Nobody want to build anything together. Right. It's supposed to come ready-made, and I just feel like if that's the case, then what is this whole thing for? We supposed to be a team, and a team builds together. They don't always start as a winning team, but if they work together, they could potentially be that. I think that but I think as men, right, if we start to change the direction and start to behave more like husbands and move more in the sense of an active servant, I think that women will start to fall in line. Yeah. I think a big part is women kind of lost a nice little guidance during the time when men were fucking off, right? Mm-hmm. Especially Black men going to jail, doing what they do and getting killed. And so it's just kind of time for Black men, especially, to kind of change back to what we were saying, not necessarily change the narrative, but change the conversation amongst us, right? About what it is to be a father, what it is to be a husband. Why are we actually dating? Am I just out here having sex? Because if I'm just having sex, let me be honest with myself. Because what happens is we starting to get, it's so much shit that you enter into, soul ties and all kind of other shit that you enter into that we as men not talking about because we overly sexualize.
Let me ask you this. As men, do you guys think that we don't really talk much about it because we are men and we feel like we should be able to know, and we're too macho to have information from another man as to what I should be and how I should be? Do you think that's one of the problems that we have as men, or whatever, that a lot of people feel like, well, I'm a man, I don't need to go to another man to see, what I need to do. I'm gonna handle mine. I'm gonna hold on. You know what I'm saying? Is that a issue? Do you guys think? Let me know. Talk to me.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because the reason I don't think so is that the only ones that think like that, and I'll keep it a buck with you, Phil, is guys in our age range. These younger dudes is soft. No offense, fat boy, but a lot of these younger dudes is soft. They don't give a damn.
Yeah, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? They really don't.
What do you mean when you say they don't give a damn?
They don't care about anything.
Yeah, they don't care about anything. They become just video game, phone watching simp dudes.
They're not looking for the information, basically.
They're not looking for the information.
No.
Yeah.
Right. And bro, we live in the information age.
Yeah.
If they needed it, bro, you got it on your watch, you got it on your phone. If you really wanted that information, it's available.
But the allegory
we never had access to that stuff.
True.
I always say the allegory of the man in the cave, man. When you mentally trapped and you don't know that, since I was on the middle school yard and we was overly sexualized and we was always talking about this shit, that was preparing my behavior for how I act as an adult, right? When you blind to that, it is kind of hard to even begin to ask for help. It is kind of hard to even think you even fucking need help. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in this mental warp and you don't understand it. And with them in their generation, because like Big O was saying, that everything is fast, everything is instant. Like Black Lip was saying, it's a microwavable era. Let alone divorce is just a microwavable era. So everybody wants instant results. In a relationship, in a marriage, and being a husband is completely hard. I would take it, right? Yeah. Because it's a certain level of humbleness that he has to have. Because he got a Black Lip, I'm pretty sure, right? He has to have a certain level of humbleness and meekness to be able to lead the household. Right, because he can't just be around there yelling and telling her to shut the fuck up and do what she told and all that shit that men is taught that we supposed to do. That shit don't even work, and you gonna lose your woman. So I'm just here to let y'all know that shit don't work.
Ved said social media makes single women act a fool. Meanwhile, they hating on women in a relationship.
That is absolutely correct.
But we're not blaming the women for not being able to have the conversations within men, between the men about being married and having a successful relationship, right?
We're not blaming them. We're not blaming them, but that is in a relationship. Well, in most relationships, there's a man and a woman.
Well, yeah.
And so therefore, you're not blaming the woman, but at the same time, if a woman is not receptive to what you're putting out, then you're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it.
Phil, you know that for a fact. Like you said, your girl wasn't about getting married. She just wanted a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
So why would you put yourself out there like a chump and keep asking her to marry you?
Exactly.
And she gonna be like, nah, son, nah, I'm cool.
I don't like that chump word, though. Don't call.
Nah, I'm sorry.
I'm just messing with you.
I know.
She said like a chump. Hey,
old
school chump.
You out there asking for marriage like an old chump.
Like an old chump, dude. Old simp ass.
To kind of piggyback off what you were saying, though. It says, Michelle says, since the communication between men and women is off, women are traveling. I mean, what else is there to do? I believe men are traveling as well.
Let me address that real quick
because I was going to jump on it.
I'm gonna address that one real quick.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, you are absolutely 1,000,000% correct.
Exactly. Don't cruise.
Here's the issue with that, though.
Come on, tell her the issues.
So what we're talking about is, so I'm not sure if you are aware of what a passport bro is. Do y'all know what passport bros are?
Is that those are guys that just basically have women they travel with, that type of shit?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
What a passport bro is, there is a large group of American men that are leaving America and going to other countries to find women that are more feminine. And are down to be.
Repeat that again. I think I got thrown off for a second. Go ahead. Say
there's a large group of men, especially African American men, that are leaving the United States and going to other countries to live to get with women such as Thailand, Brazil, the Philippines, shit, even Mexico. You know what I'm saying? They're called the passport bros. And so there's a bunch of videos of American women that's pissed off, telling these passport bros, y'all go on ahead and go over there and get some old submissive ass Filipino girl who's gonna wash your dirty drawers and blah blah blah. And the dudes are like, okay,
absolutely.
And the women are mad, but the reason they do it is because they say women here are more career oriented. They don't want to be wives. They don't want to be mothers. They don't want to be, you know what I mean? They don't want to stay home. Right. And so you're right, Michelle. It's cool for women to travel. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying that right now, a lot of women are off marriage. They're off kids, they're off marriage. Period. So these dudes are leaving America to find more submissive women. And more feminine women who ain't worried about their career or you know, moving up the corporate ladder and all this other stuff. So that's part of the issue. But like I said, I don't have a problem with people traveling at all.
Yeah. Pam, what's up? Pam Tribbett's in the house. Heather, what's up? Heather's in the house. About time, Heather. Y'all late. Anyway, it's all right though. Living in the last days, people are more selfish than ever, and very little consideration for the kids, or even for having kids.
I agree with the message that they sending, right? On both sides, the super independent woman and the grown boy, right? I think both of them are, as Tony Gaskins say, they're the most dangerous thing in the world right now.
Said that was his man. He said that was
I ain't gonna lie, I want to go get me a Maylene too.
Bro, look, I told my wife, I said, look, if I hadn't met you, there's so many retired military dudes that live in Thailand.
Yeah.
Shit, I was about to be out, bro. Look, I can live Thailand and pay all my bills for $1,000.
I used to make that joke all the time.
No, my boy Buck is talking about leaving the country, you know. Just that, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, you know, it just ain't happening here for some, you know. But I'm gonna be here. See y'all ladies.
Yeah, I'm here. I love sisters too much for that.
When all them go, you know your boy's here. So you know what I'm saying? Somebody better swoop me up. Anyway, let me get off.
Okay, shoot your shot.
Look, you're going to look when all the dudes leave, you're going to make your trap a little wider.
Make my trap wider.
For real.
All right,
your
man.
shot, Phil. You see him shooting this shot, Black Livy? Out here shooting this shot like Steph Curry. He shot
man. Hey, you know, she better come on. She best to come on. It's time, baby. Ooh, that was me. My bad, y'all. Let's get into this next one, y'all. Is it possible to give pure relationship advice if you haven't healed from your past relationships?
Simple answer, no.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's
all right. Next topic.
No. Is it possible to give pure a relationship advice if you haven't healed from a relationship? I think it is, because you can give your experience of what you've basically been through, so someone else don't go through it, or don't have, or at least see the signs that they might not have, could have been missing or whatever in their relationship, to help them out in some kind of way. So I think it can work in some means. Now, I don't think that you can, give marriage advice. You know what I'm saying? If you
a single person can't give marriage advice anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You can't give no marriage advice or whatever the case may be. But a single person that's been married can give married advice as to what they can give their experience. Let's make it what I want to say. They can give their experience and let them know whatever.
But the still thing, I think a question, right? Mm-hmm. Is it pure though? Right? And that's why I asked that question. If I haven't healed from my last relationship, mm-hmm. and I haven't healed from my experience, can I give you the positive of my experience? Right? Can I give you the my pure intentions? Can I tell you, hey, bro, mm-hmm. this might not work individually. This happened to me. And because I did these things is why this took place. A lot of times it's like, well, bro, this happened to me, and I don't think you should do it because it's going to happen to you, right? It's no context behind it, which a lot lets me know that there's no pure advice. You get what I'm saying? It's no pure. And even with me sometimes if somebody asks me something, depending on my space, I won't really comment on it. I just won't, because I'm not in the right space to give you that advice, right? I'm not in the right space to tell you my pure intention, because my shit might have a clog on it. It might have a little taint on it because I'm still upset.
Because you're still in my emotions. You still have something there for that person. Yeah, so you ain't gonna give it 100% advice to something that you can't even get over yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay. I get that. Hold on. What Pam say? Or was this to the last?
She said, "What about the thousands of people coming
here walking across the borders? What they got to do in here?" That's for another show.
I think she's talking about the women, though. I think she was.
She's about the men and the women. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Shell said, "Wow, I like your honesty, fat boy."
So that was my point on the topic.
Yeah,
because there are two words in there that should be either removed or changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you cannot give pure relationship advice.
Mm-hmm.
Why
you can give tainted advice, or you can give pure experiences.
Yeah,
okay.
Pure relationship experiences.
Yeah.
If I talk to somebody, I'm not gonna say, "Man, I'm gonna give you advice," or "I'm gonna advise you." I can't advise you because it's going to be tainted.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
it's going to be tainted by your past relationship.
Exactly.
So we can talk. You know what I'm saying? We can talk, but it's not going to be advice.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation. We can talk about what went wrong in my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What to look for and stuff like that. But I would never give you advice because it's going to be tainted because of my past relationship.
I agree.
Because you're still in that mentally.
Exactly. Until you clear your head mentally. And even when your head is cleared mentally, you can still just talk to somebody. You should never advise. You can't give advice.
You made a great point. Your experience. That was a great point, Blacklist. Great point. Great point.
I said that. You always giving Lift all the love, man. I'm a hurt. Every time he say something, Black Lift, that's good, Black Lift. Nigga,
that's what he said. No, I'm talking about what he said this time. Hey, man, Black Lift, tell that man stop hating on the knowledge, man. Tell him Black Lip been
Phil, you was 100% correct, sir.
Yeah, you
Thank
was.
you, man.
No, for real.
Yeah.
You was. You was.
I just piggybacked off
He
you,
just
brother.
piggybacked off you. You right.
Yeah, I just piggybacked off
He
you.
just took it now. But no, I absolutely agree. I think that you made some great points about the experience. I think that's our biggest mistake, right? We want to advise instead of informing, right? I think that's the best thing, and that's just basically what you were saying. I can inform you on the do's and don'ts, bro. I can give you some ins and outs. Now, how you implement that shit, or how you and your girl relationship is already, I don't know that, so I can't advise you on what to do. I can't advise you to leave.
So once again, part of the problem with that is the fact that until you've healed, when you talking to somebody else about your relationship, you're never going to see what you did wrong.
Come on.
You're only going to see what that other person did wrong. You're never going to admit to how, I mess up. Right. They be like, what you do?
That's true.
And you be like, man, I ain't do nothing.
Right.
Fuel.
Right.
My last conversation was what? It's funny you said my last conversation was what to Fuel. The last conversation we had before we started the show was what he said. My last conversation was a Fuel was solely at first, it was like you said, because I still was in it, right? But the last conversation I had was Fuel was solely based on everything that I did wrong.
Yeah.
I swear to you, Black Lip. That's how I know I'm on the right path. I'm doing well. I'm healing because that was the first thing I kept saying. I kept telling him. I kept saying, "You right, Fuel, but I can only address myself. I can only fix me because I reacted to what she said. Right? It was a lot of things that I allowed her to make me do because I wasn't secure within myself." Right. True. And I think that, like you said, Black Lip, until you accept that, you hold yourself hostage.
The relationship is over. You can't fix her. You can only fix
yourself.
Come on, talk.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yes,
come on now. Talk the talk, Black Lip. You're absolutely right. So it's funny.
You're not a couple no more. You single, bro. You can only work on yourself.
And so, because Fuel, because that's my buddy. That's my guy, right? We talk. Fuel like, nigga, no. You gotta, but I'm like, nah, Fuel, I gotta accept my part. I gotta really be a man about it and grow up and boom, boom, boom. And Fuel is like, he ain't really having it because he just not really having it. And I know he like, this nigga George tripping over here. I know that's
no. What I was saying was in any relationship, you know what I'm saying? Yes, and you can, because of course that's the first thing I said, working on yourself, but then also understand that if that person isn't working on themselves as well because of the situation that caused y'all to have the conflict, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna come back together. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go in maybe a better person, but then that person still have that damage or whatever within them, and it's still gonna bring it back upon to you. And then it's gonna be the same cycle.
Which is why I told Fat Boy, you have to have the courage to walk away.
Yeah.
And if you see that stuff ain't going the way that it needs to go, regardless of what's going on, if you working on yourself and she not working on herself, then maybe this time we become a single ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in my case, that wasn't necessarily the case. It was a lot of shit on my side. Even though, like I was telling him, as I get in this journey into trying to prepare to be a husband, I didn't really understand my direct leadership role either, right? And understanding that every action had a reaction. I wasn't taught that by my father, right? How to be a husband. It's a different, or I was taught how to be a man, provide, go to work, get up, do that, not the other thing. So a lot of times,
did you not, or did you trust that she had the knowledge of what your leadership role should be, and was putting it on you or whatever to the point where it was frustrating?
At times it wasn't. I wasn't even aware that I wasn't thinking of none of that shit at all. Fuel.
Right.
I was just so consumed with trying to be. at some points. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But
because Fat Boy, you like you said, you were raised, unfortunately, as a lot of men in our generation are raised to be emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You're raised to be, hey, you supposed to be the motherfucking hammer. You know what I'm saying? You go to work, you get this bread, you know.
And she do what you say.
Forget trying to be emotionally available. Forget trying to, when you come home, ask your woman, how was your day?
Come on.
We were raised to be like, hey, my plate need to be on the table, fixed for me, blase. But we in modern marriages, you have to understand how to be emotionally available to your wife. You have to understand that being a man nowadays is more than just going out and making the bread, making money, coming home, cutting the grass, and all this other stuff. Right. You still have to talk to your wife.
Yeah.
Ask her what she's going through. Yeah. How was her day? What's happening with you? Baby, what can I do for you? Is there anything I can do for you?
Create a space.
I understand the whole traditional man role, but them days is gone, really.
That shit over with. And that was my biggest issue, though, too. Like, it's funny you talk about that. Like, my biggest issue was just kind of being caught in tradition, too, and not understanding how to humble oneself, too. And so I had to come back to Fuel and let him know that as well. Like, I had some shit I had to work on. And yes, she could have definitely, because everybody could definitely work on things. I ain't saying she's perfect, but I'm saying my imperfections could have been perfected. That's a bar. Yeah, but that's the real shit. Like, so I could have did better on my side. And goes back to what Black Lift said. When you really trying to heal, that's the first thing you started to. I swear to you, the moment I started to free myself was the moment that I started to accept the flaws that I had and that I could have did better. And then it made me say, you know what? Now I'm going to start to seek the knowledge. That was when I really just jumped in my Bible. So I don't want no false words from nobody else. I don't want to go to I'm getting my shit directly from the source every time, right? I'm going to seek my knowledge from Black Lift. I'm taking his information, but I'm also looking at other married men, right? And when I go pick my church home, my pastor's gonna be married, and I'm gonna be paying attention how you treat his first lady. I got a whole new mental now because I was able to say you wasn't the best man you could be, bro. And let's be honest, right? And I think as men, it goes back to having these conversations about being a husband. Is those are the conversations amongst men and holding each other accountable, like Black Lift did with me, and saying, "Hey, you got to do this. You need to do these things," and that is what makes us grow as Black men. Or as men in general.
Who's that? Said it's rough out here, King. You're gonna make it.
Absolutely, we're gonna make it, man.
Pam said everybody got to work nowadays, including the kids. That's true, man.
Look, I'll keep it a buck. I'm good here in Texas. Everybody ain't got to work.
That's why I love being single. Less thinking and more living.
Yeah, at some point, at some point, as a man. Because we deal with this, at some point you're gonna want to settle down, bro, and build something with somebody. And I ain't gonna lie, after the last relationship I had, understanding what a teammate is a powerful thing, Kings. And understanding what that look. I had a teammate, and that shit's serious. And because I was so ignorant to the fact of what that is, because I wasn't raised around that and understanding what that is. But when you look at it from hindsight 2020. You look at what a teammate is. Somebody got it when you ain't got it. That shit is phenomenal, bro. And as Black men, what we need more than ever right now is a fucking teammate. Someone to challenge us. Someone to make us better men. And someone that assists us with changing the narrative of who we are. And have these conversations more. Because prior to this relationship, I was not having none of these conversations. We want to talk about none of this shit, y'all. For sure. So it just changes the conversation because the mental, and it just shows you what a woman does for you. And that's why the Bible says, man, find a wife, you find a good thing.
And just to hit on your thing, I was talking about this earlier with my wife. And it comes down to what people don't understand is human beings are not meant to be alone.
No.
That's why we're having a lot of these problems that we're having in the world and in this country today. Because people are not meant to be alone. You have all these people that are committing suicides and killing people and all this other stuff, and come to find out they spouse had just left them, or something like that, or they were just a loner or something like that. People are not meant to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's just human nature.
That's human nature. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's just not. That's why right now, like I said, you got all these. I don't know if you guys know what an incel is.
No, what's that?
That man, that man Black Lift really be on his.
Y'all need to get in, y'all. So what incels
I gotta get on the internet or something.
So right now, incel means involuntarily celibate. And there's a group of men around here that right now incels are part of one of the biggest terror threats to this country. Because it's a bunch of guys that just sit in the dark room and play violent video games and look up Nazi stuff and white supremacist stuff and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then they blame women because they can't get laid.
Right.
And so, so there was a couple of mass shootings that were done by incels here in this country. And so, that it comes down to what I was saying, that you're not meant to be alone. People are not meant to be alone.
Yeah. What did Pam just say?
Pam says it takes everybody contributing as a family, helping one another. I agree.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
But the issue is, in this country, that's not perpetuated, right? It's single, live your best life. Kind of like what Big O say. It's like, that's why I love being single. It's less thinking and more living, right? And I think that's what we kind of caught up in just less thinking, more living, because relationships are challenging. I know it.
Because people are not willing to put in the work. People are not willing to put in the work to make a relationship work.
And they challenge them. But I think
you guys are saying, like you guys are saying, social media is really messing it up for a lot of folks because everybody wants the bag quick. Everybody wants the other person to have such and such or so much of such and such before I can even be in a relationship with them, before I can even be talking about a marriage with them and all that stuff. No one's looking for their soulmates, their partners, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said, their teammates, like Fat Boy was saying. And that's the problem or whatever. And that's why there's so many people single, whatever, because you get those ones who do have something going for themselves, and you lock them down for a year or two, whatever, then they ready to move on to somebody else because you didn't help them. You wasn't there for them. You know what I'm saying? You didn't suffer through their situations or whatever to help them grow. You know what I mean? So when you get a chance to get out in the valley, it's kind of like, oh, I can do the same thing with the next woman that really don't want nothing but financial stability type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, what sets you apart? It's like you look at a couple like Denzel and his wife.
Paula.
You know what I'm saying? Paula, you know what I'm saying? Just being through there from the bottom, from the, look at Obama and his wife. You see people that push their men that to grow and to succeed in whatever dreams that they're trying to succeed in.
Also, those men are heavy servants of them women, though.
Do what?
They are heavy servants of those women. And I'm happy you brought that up, because I never thought about that either. And I love Denzel and Paul, but Denzel stay talking about how amazing Paula is. He stays putting her on a pedestal and stays saying how incredible it is.
But that's what that does from what she's doing and the nature that she put into their relationship or whatever. The neutral, the backing that you don't see her in the news. You don't see her, out and about or whatever, taking pictures and trying to get a name for herself just because it's her man, on top of his game and everything. She's being a wife. She's being the person that basically have him where he is. And I guarantee you, no man in this world that's really successful and still with their wives or whatever, especially like you got even rappers like Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Snoop can have any daggone woman that he want. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted to or whatever, but he ain't.
So could Ice Cube and all that.
You know what the deal is? This is the one that had my back. This is the one.
But that's what I'm talking about. That when I was saying that,
I don't see that no more.
The thing that's what I was saying with them. X. They came up from the gutter together. They all came up from the gut. They all had nothing and worked together to get something.
Exactly.
Women nowadays are not about that.
But you made a great point about that, Black Lift, right? It was an example. right? That is what you've seen in your community. You've seen 2-parent homes. You've seen people working and being together for 30, 40, 50 years. You didn't really see no divorces like that. You didn't even know your daddy was a fucking degenerate. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because
I knew he was, but his funeral confirmed some stuff. But
some stuff for sure, right? But even the stuff you knew about him, you didn't really learn until you were able to know, right? Because it was the way that the family structure was and the examples that y'all seen. And I think a big part of why I'm trying to change it too is to bring back that example, because it ain't no dudes from the hood talking like I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? And saying, hey, man, I do think we need to be husbands. I do think we need to be on this type stuff.
I think the women are out there. I think there are women out there that's looking for or wanting to be with someone. It's just the right chemistry to have with that person once you meet them or whatever, that knows that and that can trust in you that you're going to, grow or whatever and grow the relationship like they want to, on the same page as, you just got to be on that same page of growth. You know what I'm saying? Where you going, where you headed or whatever the case would be. I think there are women out there. It's just that it's not a lot of women out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it's not a lot. It's not a lot.
I'm gonna disagree on that.
It's a lot.
No, I know. I got.
I know. Here's what I'm gonna disagree on.
I'm sure there's some out there, and I'm saying that because of, especially at my age, I know there are, because they've been through the experience of divorces and kids and all that type of stuff or whatever, and they want to be with somebody. They don't want to be alone the rest of their lives. They want to be with their kids done grown up or whatever the case may be. They single. They want a man still.
I'm gonna tell you one thing real quick. Here's part of the issue. As much as people hate to hear this and they don't want to hear it, they don't like to hear it. There's a bunch of women out here.
It's a ton of them.
Wait a minute, but let me finish, fat boy. What I'm saying, well, here's what I'm saying. Dudes are dudes, right? All of them ain't 10s. Some of them ain't 9s.
Right.
Some of them
ain't 8s. Some of them ain't 7s.
Some ain't 5s.
A lot of them ain't 5s. But
there ain't no women out there.
But is about to hit on exactly what I said. Right now in America, there's 5 women to every one man.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay. So, but what I'm saying is there's a bunch of women out here that, to keep it a buck, dudes ain't gonna give them a chance. Cause they ain't. You know what I'm saying.
This is what I'm agree to. I'm agree to a lot of younger generations because of what's been put out there in social media, whatever. That's the case. But I would say, as far as when it comes to a mature older woman or whatever, I think that they do seek out, or want to find a genuine man. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's basically, serious about growing together, because you're talking about the last years of your lives, basically, you know what I'm saying? To the point where you want to be with that one person to grow with, you know what I mean? So I agree in one perspective, but then also I disagree in others when it comes to the age range, I think. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. I mean, it is. That's true. It's the truth. We got a lot of comments coming in, y'all.
But I also think go ahead, let's get in them.
We also have to look at the fact that because their bathrooms are dirty. Yeah, okay. I get you on that one. Man. But so what I'm saying, there's a lot of women out here that have, and I've talked about this before. There's a lot of women that have PTSD. That there's a lot of good women out here that have just been hurt to the point that they won't even put themselves out anymore.
So you're saying it's damaged goods?
Yeah.
I don't want to say damaged goods. I just want to say that they won't. They quit trying.
The trust.
I promise you, there's a lot of good women out here that basically just like, forget it. I'll be by myself.
Scared to pull the trigger.
They scared.
Because niggas be on bullshit. Hey, man.
Exactly.
Men be on bullshit, bro. Let's go.
Hey, O said shit, especially in Atlanta with the gay population there, our ratio is even higher there. I love it.
I love it. Ignorant, man. Hey,
Gay and prison.
Y'all getting stupid now.
We call Big O the eagle though, because he gonna fly down and snatch her out the sky. You got we call her the eagle.
Them BMs dying early. Yep. You mean black men dying early? Yeah.
Or going to jail.
Lance said, "Ain't no man got time for that."
Lance still in them dirty bathrooms.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's because you dating women with dirty bathrooms, bro. You gotta stop.
Exactly.
Grown women don't even have dirty bathrooms, bro. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. You gotta stop.
They got a 30 bathroom, nigga. They that's gross.
Lance, you gotta stop.
You gotta question on how they was raised.
You gotta stop when you meet them. And also, too, I was gonna say that too. We have to widen what we looking for too. I think a lot of times the reason why we're not looking for wives because we're looking for ass, right? We're looking for all of the material and the things. She gotta be.
No, it's an age thing.
Because you shallow at times too, Fuel. You be giving the women a hard
time. Even regardless of age, bro, what's the first thing you look when you on them apps? The first thing you look at is their face.
Yeah,
you don't know nothing about them, so you gotta go by their looks.
Nigga, that's natural. You're gonna go with somebody that you're attracted to. But it ain't all about attracted. You still want to get to know. You still got to talk to that person. You still got to have a chemistry and a decent conversation with that person in order to say, But if my mindset is on some, I'm swiping or whatever just for some ass or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Then yeah, I'm gonna be straightforward like my boy Buck. I'm like, this is about sex. This is it. You know what I mean? So you down or you not? I ain't trying to be in a relationship, you know what I mean? But I'm saying for those that actually
if you see a mid looking chick, bro, you going left. I already know.
If I say what?
If you see a mid looking chick, you are swiping left.
Quick!
Oh, hell yeah!
No, mid, MID, middle,
mid, a regular, a 6, a 5.
Look, I don't know where y'all.
He ain't answered.
I don't know where y'all get that from, man. Oh, listen. All right, check it out.
Hey, that's like disclaimer after the
That's right, Lance. My mind's telling me no.
For real. Hey, Delisa ignorant. She gonna say gay prison and a 550 credit score. Hey, stop disrespecting us.
I know, right? Fast, not slow. Who said that?
550 credit score is out of control. Hey, listen.
Y'all silly, man.
I'm in the 550 club, so respect me. I'm at the 700 now. But listen, we gotta start somewhere, now.
Hold on, niggas. Hold on. Y'all
look, Pam said them filters.
Hey, after the filters, they might do go from a 10 to a 6.
Most of the time.
But my thing is this: if I'm attracted to her photo, period. You know what I'm saying? Now I can say I ain't gonna say it because y'all know what my preferences are or whatever. So I'm not gonna say it on here. But the point is, I mean, if she's got a pretty smile, pretty face, and pretty eyes, man, but
a lot of times, the ones that we don't, that we overlook,
but if you're not attracted
are usually the best ones, though.
They might be the good. They might be the best ones, but if you're not attracted to it,
hey, get your cousin, man.
No. So wait a minute.
It's
so Phil. Me and my wife had this discussion. Hey, my baby's in here. My wife's in here.
Okay.
Hey,
feel better.
I hope you feel better, baby. But so my wife and I were talking about this one a few months ago. Mm-hmm. So here's the deal. So say you at work, right?
Oh, I gotta get that one.
Say you at work, right?
Right.
And like there may be a couple of women that you might hang out with at lunch, or you might go to break with or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they may be 5s or 6s,
mm-hmm.
But once you start talking to them, and because you work together, you have the opportunity to see their true spirit and what they're like. Let me finish, Phil. Them are the ones that you may actually take out and give a chance to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You feel me? Because you got to know their personality.
Yeah.
I'm not going to exclude a mental attraction as well as physical attraction.
But you don't get that off the swipe, bro.
No. That's something you're not going to get that off a swipe though. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to get the mental. I'm not going to swipe on somebody that I'm not attracted to or whatever, and just on the hopes that she's nice and just a great woman. Fuck that.
No, I get it.
I'm just saying.
No, I get it. But you just made my point. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of men out here that ain't getting a chance.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, you
no. I agree.
Who's this?
I used to tell my buddies that in college all the time. That's funny.
Both genders be on bull too. Successful relationship begins with maturity and understanding. The people aren't perfect. Marriage is not for the weak-minded and selfish.
I agree. That shit gonna ruin you. Hey, Fish, that should eat you up alive, boy. You don't know what you're doing.
Cam say she ugly, LOL.
There you go. Hey, they say ugly make cute babies. So I don't know. There does have what's that, initial attraction? Yes.
Yeah, there does have to be initial. I agree. I do agree.
Once again, unless I'm telling you, that's how a lot of workplace relationships start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it ends up going from you being physically attracted to basically you can be mentally attracted.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we don't get we don't win over
Lance
time.
says actually a woman is a wife before she is proposed to if she's wifey material. Lance, I think that was the smartest thing you said all day. No, I'm just playing. No. All jokes aside, that was a bar. That was a bar, Lance. You're absolutely right. I agree. And I think as men, if we start to set a standard for ourselves and start to pay more attention to wifey material and what that looks like to us, we would be less swipeable, like your boy Fuel. No, just
let's see what. Thank you, Jill. I'm glad Jill's on my side now. She said that personality will come through during chat as well as those
red flags.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah, man. All right,
whatever, baby. Look, listen. My wife, her kids chose me.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
You told us that. Yeah.
Her kids chose me. Yeah.
I want to shout out you. I appreciate you for joining Miss Jill. I call her Jill because I was gonna call her.
Yeah, you call her Jill.
Miss Woolridge. I was gonna. I get real.
Jill, bro.
But thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that. We would love you to come in more and add your knowledge, right? Because you work in the field as well. It's what you do. Yeah. So we'll love you to come and thank you.
Yeah, she wasn't feeling too well today. So definitely. Yes.
And get well soon too.
Get better. Get better.
I know Black Liv doing everything he can. So I know you in good hands. So.
All right, so for those of you who had just come in late, man, it looked like the conversation would have went really a long time. You know what I'm saying? We would have really got more into this or whatever. So next time, y'all come in 6 o'clock, at least by 6:15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
8 o'clock Central.
Oh yeah, 8 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
So so we can actually, man. This was fun though, man.
It was a great show, fellas. Always
gonna be fun today.
It's always. I told him I was excited about this show. I'm excited.
I know, right?
Honestly, y'all, I'm just excited to, moving forward, kind of to change my shit and to be a better man, and to just kind of change shit up, man. Because I'm tired of the misconception of us too, and I'm tired of perpetuating the misconception of us though too.
And that's been what a lot of our conversation has been about too. You know what I'm saying? Especially as us three brothers or whatever, being able to come together and talk the real shit. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want a real conversation, real shit, tell y'all friends or whatever to check out Reasons on Fired Up Thursdays, y'all. On Fired Up Broadcast.
Fired Up Broadcast. We really do this.
The real shit. All right. I hope you guys happy birthday again, my boy Lance. You know what I'm saying? His
happy birthday, Lance.
Happy birthday.
Nick, you ain't came
happy
in.
Happy birthday, Nick. Nick ain't came, so she partied.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So once again, you guys, another wonderful show. What you got, Woody? What you got for us?
Like I said, man, I love talking to you guys. I want everybody to stay safe and have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And in the new year, y'all need to bring some folks up in here. We need to pump this up and get this going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Love you guys and hey, prayers up. Just try, every day, try to be better than you were the day before.
There you go.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, fat boy.
Yeah, man. Dear brothers, dear sisters, friedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. No longer than a minute, man. Video, audio clip, or even write it in the email, and we'll definitely get it, read it live on show. And this year we want to say, so Pam, Jill, Lance, we need a dear brother, dear sister from y'all, because we want to definitely bring that back in the new year. And once again, fellas, man, building. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the conversations that we having. I'm loving the input. I'm loving all of our what we add to the conversation, man. And I'm loving our audience, man. What y'all all add to the show, man, is a beautiful thing. The depth that y'all add to the show is just brilliant. So shout out to the brothers and shout out to the audience, man. And I love y'all and I thank y'all for y'all support, for real, for real.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And once again, you guys join us at. Are we coming next week? This New Year, so are we gonna? We'll see.
We can take a week off.
Yeah. We'll see.
Take a week off.
It's the New Year.
And come back the second week.
Yeah. And we got some stuff to put together, for the next show.
We gotta get some shit together. Yeah.
Lance says a great broadcast, fellas. Thanks.
We're gonna do a live show. We're going to Texas. We're going to Texas in the next couple months, Black Lift.
I told y'all come on down here.
Y'all see all that?
We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live
in the background. Y'all gonna see us there.
Yeah, we're gonna be in there. We're gonna really have some fun, man. For real, for real.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, look, I can set the camera up. We can all just be sitting about a big round table.
No, for real. Yeah. No, we can get it done. For real. That's gonna be. We're gonna put. I was just telling him we're gonna put something together though, for sure. So we gonna put something together because I want to do that at Kansas City. I think we. I want to do. I want to kind of make a little run or something. Maybe spring break.
I was going to say it's a little too cold in KC right now, bro.
Yeah, no, we ain't fucking around that time.
I know, right? Yeah,
not at all. Great show, fellas. Like Lance say, it's a great broadcast, fellas. I agree, brothers. Y'all. I think each week what we bring in is just different, and that's a lot of relationship podcasts. But I think this is turning to a growth of Black men podcast, man. I think that the topics and the things that we're addressing in addition to Black Lift, man, and what you bring, your knowledge that you bring to the show, I think it makes this shit gel, and I'm definitely happy to be a part of it, man. For real,
exactly.
Well, thank you, man. I'm blessed to be here, and I'm glad y'all asked me.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. So we don't have the outro today, so you know what I'm saying. Bear with us for next show. It's our last show. We don't need one. I don't care.
Last show of the year.
Last show of the year. No, for real.
Last show of the year, y'all. So happy New Year's,
New Year.
And remember,
if they talking about you
behind your back,
they behind you for a reason.
Hey, I love y'all. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.